We have Lee Asher, founder of the Asher House on ARC Seattle. Lee, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Do you want to just start off by telling us what the Asher House is and how it started?
Yeah, the Asher House is the name of our nonprofit organization. We have a 240-acre animal sanctuary in Salem, Oregon, as well as our sister sanctuary, our second location, which is 140 acres called New Life Asher House in Lebanon, Oregon. And uh, I'm incredibly lucky and grateful to say that I started the Asher House back in 2017, just out of my RV. I was working 9 to 5, and I was really struggling to find my purpose and my value, and I felt like there was something very important for me to do, and it was really hard for me to figure out what that was or how to do it, anything. And I spent a significant amount of time, both as a child throughout my entire life, inside of animal shelters. And I knew that whatever I was meant to do, whatever my purpose was, aligned with helping animals. The complicated part for that of that was I also knew that it had to do with helping people too. I just still today, but especially as a kid, I've always just loved so much is helping people feel better, helping people smile, especially making people laugh. There's so much negativity and there's so much hate and there's so much sadness. I the greatest feeling in the world to me is to better the life of another. And I think everyone could agree with that. Like anyone, even if you're a bad person, when you help someone and you feel like, you just help someone's day just a little bit brighter, there's no better feeling. And that's what the Asher House is all about. We're all about saving animals and helping people have better days.
So tell me a little bit about, dogs that you've adopted from Tacoma Humane. I know recently you went and got like 3 of their longer term dogs. So tell us a little
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, Bailey was the longest resident at Tacoma, and what a wonderful dog. That's a good example of why Tacoma is so amazing. Is because specifically Aiden at Tacoma, she really knows where the dogs would do best. There's been times I've been to Tacoma Humane, and I'd be like, oh my God, I really want this dog. I want this dog. I love this dog. And she'd say, no, I don't think that dog would do well in a sanctuary setting. We're going to adopt that dog out. She's not just wants to give the Asher House any dog. It's like she's very specific about who she thinks would do best with us. And that's why she introduced me to Bailey and Lavender and Echo. These are 3 dogs that couldn't even be on the adoption floor. Aiden didn't feel like they should be on the adoption floor. And she was right. They're 100% thriving at the sanctuary. They're living their best lives. They have no behavioral issues with us, no issues whatsoever, really. They're just perfect here. And health-wise, they're only improving and getting better. And it was so amazing. Just a couple of weeks ago, Tacoma Humane actually drove out to visit us, and I gave them a tour, and they got to see Bailey and Lavender and Echo, and they did not come empty-handed. They actually brought 7 wolf dogs, wolf hybrids with them, and it was really, really special.
And so what does a day in the life at the Asher House look like for you? Do you start early mornings with all the dogs and kind of like give us your routine with the sanctuary?
Yeah. It starts really early, actually. My fiance Sarah and I are up every morning around 4:45, and all the dogs live in the house, so it takes us about an hour to an hour and a half of just giving them their meds while getting them out of the house to start their first pack walk of the day. So once we give them their meds and take them out, we're on a walk for a couple of hours. all throughout the woods and through the fields, and we hike all around the property. And several dogs, I would say about half of the dogs are rather lazy, especially now it's very cold. So a lot of the dogs, like Matilda, who we adopted from Tacoma as well, uh, decide not to go on the
Hey
pack
guys,
walk, and
I
they
hope
just
you're
like to
having a
relax in the
wonderful
house.
day.
We keep the door
I'm
open for
sending you
them,
a lot of love
and
today and
we
good
just walk.
energy and
We're just
positivity.
together for a few
And I wanted to
hours
give you an update on
until around
Micah.
11:30, 12. And
Danica,
during that time, while we're on a walk,
beautiful.
the staff is getting into
And
the
Bailey,
sanctuary. They're
hi
preparing all
Bailey.
of the food.
Good
They're
to see
making all
you.
of their beds and
Okay,
cleaning
wonderful,
kennels and just making
wonderful.
everything nice for the dogs,
And of course,
tending and taking
Lavender,
care of the
the one
dogs
she
that need
walks
that
now.
extra care,
Kind of
or
the
any
dog that
extra
she
medical
is.
special needs.
Sure, Tacoma saw her move
And then we
around.
get back
But
from our
I don't
walk
know if you
around
saw her move around
11:30,
like this.
and we start
But I
kenneling
just met
for
her. We
lunch.
couldn't
We
really get
kennel
her
all the
up
dogs, and
to
then
even walk on the leash.
myself and the
And
staff
that's a little steep. I'm
will
not gonna
take
lie,
our
it's even
lunch
a
as
little bit
well.
too
And then it
too
goes right
steep for
back to
Micah.
letting all the
Echo,
dogs
Echo,
out,
don't do it.
going on another
She's a
walk,
great
hanging
listener.
out, making a fire, and just all the dogs together. And
So I muted
yeah,
because I
then we
like the way she
usually
listens.
start
I like North
coming back and
Carolina.
calling it a night around 7, and
And
just
now
do it
we're
all
gonna
again the
do
next morning.
here,
It really takes a village. A lot of people
and that's it. That's all.
either forget or
I
don't
love you guys
know
so
the
much,
size of
and I hope you have a
the
beautiful day.
organization and the operation and
Thank you.
how much goes into it. I started like I said in the beginning, I started the Asher House in an RV. So I was always just used to like filming myself and kind of vlogging what I'm doing and my life and my journey, because there was no one else in the picture. And that has kind of become a habit, and I think it's important for people to know, we have over 70 employees. It's a giant operation that I just it would literally be impossible for me to even feed all of these dogs by myself. And we also don't just have dogs, we have an entire farm side, an entire farm operation that has, 27 horses, 13 pigs, goats, llamas, alpacas, donkeys, you name it. And it's really beautiful what the power of goodness, the power of love and positivity, and especially around animals. It's really beautiful what it's created. It's created just such an amazing community.
Yeah, I bet. And so with the Asher House, do you guys do adoptions as well? Like, do you try to get any of the animals adopted out, or do they mostly just stay at the sanctuary?
Yeah, yeah, we do adoptions every Saturday and Sunday. So we have adoptions on weekends, and adoptions, as they are for everyone, are a little bit slower right now, but they are picking up. Just in August, to give you an idea, in August we had 220 dogs at the sanctuary, which was really a lot, and now we're down to about 155. So adoptions are really up and down, but every weekend we do.
That's awesome. And I noticed on the website that you guys are doing a little partnership with Tacoma Humane about buying leashes that can be
Sure.
donated to them. Yeah, we'd love to hear more about that. I'm sure the community would love to get involved.
Yeah, it's really fun. Any way that we could help Tacoma, we're going to. We're there for them no matter what they need. And we have this program going on right now, this fundraiser that we're really excited about. We have these really cool Asher House leashes. I designed them actually, and every time someone buys one, we donate it directly to Tacoma. So you can support the Asher House by buying one, and also support Tacoma by getting them a leash.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on ARC Seattle. I loved hearing about the Asher House and the dedication you guys have and, all the amazing things you guys are doing.
You're awesome, Bethany. Thank you for the opportunity, and thanks for all the love and for the interview. I appreciate it. And to Tacoma, if anyone from Tacoma Humane is watching this, I love you guys very much, and thank you for everything that you do for animal rescue.